What's up, guys? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about Ergo. We need to talk about Ergo. Ergo gets nowhere close to enough sort of discussion, really, within the crypto space. Real quality project, proof of work where miners have flocked to it and not tons have left. And this is a project that might be a bit slow moving, but one that I think long term is a massive gainer. And I'll break down exactly why, but there's a number of good reasons, and there's an article I'm going to reference in this. But before I get into that, guys, if you're new to the channel, these are the first 26 coins I spoke about on this channel. They're also the first 26 coins I owned when I made this channel. Had you put in just $100 into each of these coins when I released the videos about them, and you were still holding them, you rode them down into a recession, down into a bear cycle. If you sold them today, you would be able to bank about 16 grand in profit. And that's when you've done everything wrong as an investor. You know, that's not too shabby. But had you sold these like I did when the market was red hot in 2021, $100 into each could have netted you a profit of 123 grand. So massive difference between doing the right thing and the wrong thing. Now, as I said, I sold all these off. They're not what I own anymore. But if you want to see the coins I own, you can do. You just have to go to copymycrypto.com. On that site, I share every coin I own, every one I buy, every one I sell. I let the members know in real time, anytime I'm adding or taking away from that portfolio as well. We release videos on a daily basis talking about the markets, where we've been pinpoint accurate on the market moves for months and months and months now. We also have tutorials set up for beginners. If you're a beginner to crypto, it's brand new to you, these tutorials will help guide you on your sort of crypto journey as you start getting started. And then on top of that, guys, we have a huge history of success. We've called massive winners on both the site and this channel. None more so than Phantom. Phantom was a coin that in 2020 no one was speaking about. You know, go to your favorite crypto YouTuber, have a look, type in Phantom. They weren't talking about them because no one was. But I released a course in 2020 titled The Best Crypto Investment of 2020, and it was solely about Phantom and why it 100x or more. Now, I'll find another Phantom, another coin that can do that kind of run. And when I do, I'm going to go onto my site. I'm going to tell the members about the coin, the gains I think it can have, and the percentage of my money I'm putting in. And if people want to copy along, they can. If that sounds good to you, finding the next big winner, the next big gainer, and removing that 10,000 hours of research, then go read the site now. And remember that everything you read, you can verify yourself on the channel's history. Now, Ergo. Ergo is currently priced at $1.78. Market cap is really small, you know, really, 104 million, which is pretty damn small. Now, what's pretty good about this is, firstly, it is in an uptrend. While very, very slight, in 2018 it hit heights of like $17.30. In the previous bull cycle that we just had, it hit heights of like $17 or $18, you know, 74. So it's on the up. That's already a good sign. Now, Ergo, there's a lot that needs to be discussed about Ergo. Firstly, Ergo is proof of work. So proof of work is obviously requires miners. Now, what we can show you is that the mining has, you know, gathered momentum over the course of time. You know, prior to the merge last year, where obviously Ethereum went from proof of work to proof of stake and miners left, Ergo was hovering around a sort of hash rate of about 15 terahash a second, thereabouts. Obviously, the merge happened around the 15th of September, and we saw a huge spike for Ergo. The spike led up to about 60 terahash a second, so it went up about 4 times in terms of the amount of in terms of the hash rate required. So the miners were flocking there. Since then, obviously, it's come down like everything did. But even now, the mining rate is 34.7 terahash. So that is still more than double what it was prior to the Ethereum merge. So miners went there some maybe half left, and then but a good chunk stayed. So their hash rate is now more than double than it was previously, which means miners fundamentally believe there's money to be made in Ergo. And it makes sense. And there's actually an article on Nasdaq.com about Ergo, where they run through the sort of a number of the key features that you should know about Ergo. So number one, Ergo is a programmable blockchain without gas fees. So this means it's a platform where developers can create dApps, very similar to Ethereum in that regard. The key difference, however, is that Ergo doesn't have gas fees. Ethereum obviously does. So the lack of gas fees on Ergo is beneficial for developers who can more accurately predict the cost of creating dApps on Ergo. Number two, it has several functional dApps with tons more on its way. Currently, right now, they have Sigma USD, which is a decentralized stablecoin pegged to the dollar. They also have Ergo Auction House, which is basically an NFT platform. They also have Ergo Mixer, which is the first non-custodial, non-interacting mixer in the crypto space. This allows users to send tokens in batches of transactions and mixes those tokens together. This makes the user's transactions harder to trace than it would, obviously, from wallet to wallet. Obviously, it's a proof of work model, which I've just discussed. The team itself is very, very strong. The core developer has been involved in Bitcoin since 2011 and has developed cryptocurrency software since 2013. He co-founded with Dmitry Meshkov, who has a PhD in physics and over a decade of software development experience. They both worked in research at IOHK, which is obviously what Cardano is under in terms of the umbrella. And IOHK, as they've just said, is instrumental in creating the cryptocurrency Cardano. One thing that isn't mentioned in this article is the founder of Cardano, Charles Hoskinson, really massively sort of complimented the team behind Ergo, saying they're some of the best that he's ever seen in this space in terms of what they can develop, which is huge praise when you're looking at Charles Hoskinson, the man, one of the co-founders of Ethereum, the creator of Cardano. High praise indeed. Ergo's also collaborated with Cardano, as one would expect, certainly with regards to the fact that they've worked on IOHK, and Charles Hoskinson has shouted them out multiple times. So they've been working on a DeFi project, which they announced in 2020. It's also the first blockchain to adapt smart contract language using the same model as Cardano. This means dApps on Cardano can also be effectively offered on Ergo, which again is a nice feature because it effectively means that Ergo's ecosystem can grow pretty nicely without a ton of brand new projects. It can be projects that are already there. A bigger thing as well is that the majority of crypto exchanges have still not listed Ergo. Ergo's on Gate, Ergo's on KuCoin and CoinX, isn't on Binance, isn't on your Coinbase. So as a result, Ergo still has that sort of pop to come. That Coinbase effect, that Binance effect. It's not experienced them yet. And that bodes really, really well for Ergo moving forward, because when it does end up listed, it's going to have that huge bounce. Now, obviously, it depends on when they list, but one thing I would really point out is, look, Ergo long term is on an uptrend. Yes, it's slight, but it's still an uptrend. The majority of cryptos in this space are on downtrends. So Ergo isn't. Then if you're looking at Ergo landing on, if it ends up on Binance or it ends up on Coinbase and its price point is around $15 or so, it's gonna blast. It's gonna go to a new all-time high. And once it goes to a new all-time high, price discovery mode is there. And then there's no telling how high Ergo can get. Now, I actually think Ergo is going to break the $1 billion market cap in the next bull cycle. I think they're on the right trajectory. They've been growing quite nicely. They've got strong features. They've got a grants system in place. They are using the same programming language as Cardano, so I think we'll end up seeing a number of different Cardano-based projects double down with development and add that onto Ergo. And it's not really, it's about 1/10 of its high. It's about 10% of its all-time high. So it's got a bit of work to do to get back to its all-time high, but I think it's on the precipice of sort of that breakout. Now, the downside to Ergo, and there are two sort of major ones, really. Number one is the trading volume is really crap. Now, the trading volume is going to be crap because it's not on the massive exchanges. So that does have an impact, but it's doing less than $1 million some days in trading volume, and it's got 100 million market cap. So that's a big disparity between the market cap and the volume. And that's slightly concerning, but I think that would be something that would naturally rectify itself as it lands on more and more exchanges. The second downside to Ergo is that they're very much research driven. One of the biggest frustrations that's always been there for Cardano is that Cardano is outstanding, but they're academics and they lead in an academic process. So everything's research driven. That means they don't push on development at the risk of the blockchain. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but what it means is sometimes progress is slow and development is slow because it's more about perfection than it necessarily should be. I'm not sure that that's the right sentiment I'm stating there, but that was always the frustration with Cardano. Is it was, you could see the team were good, you could see that the development was good, but it was slow moving. And Ethereum's like the complete opposite. They'd launch anything and then they'd resolve the problem after the fact. And because Ergo don't do that, because it's slow moving, maybe it is going to take a while for them to really kick on. But I look at Ergo and I go, I still feel this can break its previous high, and I still think this can break a $1 billion market cap. Now, to do that, I think it only needs to hit about $20, really. But I'm looking at Ergo and I'm going, this should be a $30 coin. Like, that would put it at a 1.5 billion market cap with a team that's well regarded, with a blockchain that already has their own stable coin, that already has a number of quality features, good throughput, and a pretty damn strong connection with Cardano, which is a top 5 project. So $30 seems achievable, but it's the first big job is breaking the previous high. So once it gets to $18, then all bets are off. It can kick on, it can go flying. And I still think $30 is very, very achievable, but it would be a new high. So that's something to bear in mind. But the miners know where the money is. A good amount of the miners that flock to Ergo have stayed. So they obviously believe money is there to be made long term. And I always say, never doubt the miners. They're spending thousands of dollars on electricity, on mining rigs, on cooling fans, So their entire existence requires that they're good with their numbers. And if they believe Ergo is going to have a run, there's got to be some truth there. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think it can do this run? Does it matter to you that Charles Hoskinson holds them in such high regard? Does it matter to you that the miners are there? Let me know in the comments. And if you're a returning viewer, hit the subscribe button. These videos will make you money. They'll also save you money, and legitimately karma is a real thing. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It's a nice thing to do. Your karma points through the roof. And last thing, guys, if you want to see the coins I own, go to copymycrypto.com. On the site, I share every coin I own. I give the members real-time updates anytime I buy or sell any coin. We release videos every day talking about the markets. We've had pinpoint accuracy on the markets for months and months and months now. We also have tutorials set up for the members. These are tutorials for beginners. They're step by step. They're the same ones I send friends and family. If you need to sort of have some guidance at the start of your crypto journey, these are perfect for you. Then on top of that, guys, we've had a history of success. We've called enormous winners on the site and on this channel. But no one in 2020 was talking about Phantom. Literally, I'm the only person in the crypto space that was talking about Phantom being 100x coin. And I had literally one course I've created in my entire life, and it was all about Phantom and how it was the best investment of 2020. I'll find the best investment for 2023, and when I do, I'm not going to create a course like last time. I'm going to go onto my site. I'm going to tell my members about the coin, the gains it can have, the percentage of my money I'm putting in, and if they want a copy, they can. If that sounds good to you, finding the next big gainer without doing the 20,000 hours of research, go read the site now, and remember that every single thing you read there, you can verify yourself on the YouTube channel's history. And maybe I'll see you there, guys. Take it easy. Bye-bye.